you just heard Dan Lanning say, let's end it on January 1, and then coaches can can stay with their teams through the end of the season and then find a new job, if that's the case, in January. Just when everybody's figuring out roster retention and portal and all that sort of business. Because, again, you're sitting here thinking, hey, that was messy with Lane Kiffin. Very. Mm-hmm. And, right now Ole Miss is still going strong with some of Lane Kiffin's assistants, who Lane, I guess, showed his largesse to the school that he left. You take these assistants that you are asking for or need to continue winning. He looks like he's beneficent to the school that he spurned, although he's making money with each one. He made $500,000 last night. So of course he's rooting for Ole Miss, right? And apparently, because that game took place in New Orleans, apparently all the Ole Miss coaches that are LSU coaches are in the LSU building right away today, dealing with roster retention and portals and all that sort of stuff. And the largesse that Lane showed to Ole Miss by having the assistants stay put, like Charlie Weiss Jr. calling the plays. Apparently, nobody thought, what's going to happen if Ole Miss wins the quarterfinal game? Because right now, all I'm seeing online is that the curtain's coming down because the portal's opening up and LSU needs to start roster building for next year. And apparently that merits the coaches that are currently still with Ole Miss to return to their new place of business. And he's going to bring the curtain down on Ole Miss in the middle of the college football playoffs. Yes, is that really possible?
So the next game, the semifinals aren't until next Thursday.
Right.
And so there's a chance that, all those coaches who are with LSU or went back to Ole Miss or with LSU, they're going to be with LSU and they're not going to be available for Ole Miss. This could be
Why? What's the point?
A competitive advantage. If LSU is trying to pluck players from Ole Miss,
right?
The portal's now open.
Right.
So
Ole Miss doesn't want them around? Is that what you're saying? Because they might lose some of these players.
Yeah, hey, I got to go back.
While they're preparing
we just coached you. We beat Georgia,
semifinal
and now we're going back to LSU. Why don't you come with us and just leave? I think that's probably a worry.
But that's what's been happening all the way through up to now. For them to pull out the roots of what's going down on game day and prep for the college football semifinal would be wild.
Wild.
Just when you think that this thing's done and buttoned up and you thought, okay, you can stay with Ole Miss as long as they're active. What, did they not think that they would make the semifinal? Because I know Lane's already prepared for that possibility by having LSU include in its contract for Lane
roster bonus.
A bonus. If Ole Miss beats Miami to make the national championship game, then Lane would be guaranteed at a minimum $750,000. He makes $750,000 if Ole Miss finishes as the runner-up, and $1 million if they win it all. So, of course, I would say take the assistance. It feathers my nest. It makes me look like I'm turning the other cheek. But now to take it away? Or Ole Miss is now saying, we don't want you around because the portal's open?
Yeah, you could be at a disadvantage in building your roster for next year if these guys.
But at this point in time, I'm Ole Miss. I'm like, we've got to keep it the same way. We've got to.
You'd think so.
To heck with you're 2 wins. You're 8 quarters away from winning the Natty in Ole Miss.
With a guy in Chambliss who looks like he can be that championship quarterback.
Dude.
Yeah.
Insane. It just gets crazier and crazier and crazier.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.